Hi, my name is John Michael, and I interviewed a veteran named Mr. Lawler, one of my grandpa's good friends. I hope you enjoy it. What age were you when you went into service?
Well, I was 17 and 8 months old when I enlisted in the Navy on February the 17th of 1994. That was a while ago, right?
Yeah. So, what job did you have when you served?
Well, I enlisted as an aviation cadet.
Huh.
And I went from being an aviation cadet to becoming a seaman. They call them seamen. That was the lowest ranking you could get. And then I was promoted from seaman to seaman second class, to seaman first class, and then to orographer's mate third class, which was the top of the enlisted rank of sailors.
So you might, yeah.
So I moved up the ranks
Yeah.
while I was in service until I was discharged. An orographer's mate, if you want to know what they did, that was to be a weatherman. I was a weatherman in the service.
Yeah.
I would take observations, and from that information was given to the air commander, and we decided whether the airplanes could fly in that weather.
Oh, interesting.
So it was a pretty important job, because if we didn't forecast the weather correctly, it could have caused some accidents by the pilots.
Yeah. Where were you stationed?
Well, in the Navy, you move around from different places.
Yeah.
So I started, my first duty station was New York City.
Yeah.
And then from there, I went to Hamilton, New York for schooling for 6 months. And then I was transferred to the Naval Training Station at Great Lakes Naval Base up in north of Chicago. And from there, I was transferred to Lakehurst Naval Air Station, where I studied what they call meteorology, which is the study of weather. Okay?
Okay.
Then I was transferred, after I graduated from that school, to Naval Atlantic Weather Central in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah.
Then I was, from that station in Norfolk, I was transferred to the USS Midway, the aircraft carrier, as an orographer's mate in the air group, what they called the air group, which was all the airplanes and everybody that had anything to do with flying off of the carrier. And that's where I served. It was 8 or 9 months on that carrier until I had earned enough points for discharge.
Okay. And then you drafted?
No, I enlisted. I signed up before I was drafted. I volunteered to be a sailor before I was.
What was the part you enjoyed the most?
I enjoyed serving at sea the most. When we were at sea was when everything was active. You know, the planes were flying, taking off. There was a lot of activity. It was a very interesting time because I'd never been at sea. And it was, that was the most enjoyable part. Now, there were bad sides to that because we got into some very big storms out at sea.
Yeah.
We had plane crashes and we had gunnery practices and that type of thing that were distracting, and you had to plug your ears
Yeah.
so you could hear the next day. But that was the most fun, if you want to call it fun, that I had in service.
This is the Midway, the ship that Mr. Lawler served on. This is a medal that Mr. Lawler earned when he was discharged.